Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends, and in today's video, Plarium has released another promo code for a legendary champion. We have to talk about this because this one is pretty big. They've been spitting out promo codes like quite a bit since December, really. We had Cheshire Cat in December. We had what's her name? Flame Tongue. Oh, I did a video about it like a week or two ago. And now we have another one with Razelvarg. And we're going to talk about that. But before we do, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, or you want to make a brand new account with this promo code, download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get Tholen Falbeard at level 1 to start your new account. Also, you'll get these amazing epics as well. Allure at level 10, we have Rector Drath at level 20, and then we have Ruella at accounts level 30. This is normally where I would plug in one of my promo codes, but that's why we have something brand new to talk about today. So, what is that promo code? Go fast. That is the new promo code for starting a new account. So, when you make a new account, use this within the first 48 hours of a brand new account, and you're going to get the Easter Bunny Razelvarg. And now we're going to be talking about him in the rest of the video, but what makes him so good and why you'd want to consider making a brand new account, right? He is very strong in particular areas of the game, but you will get a lot of good value for him. He's also from the Skinwalkers faction, with which I gotta admit, I played a couple of accounts now, and you often don't get. There's not a whole plethora of amazing Skinwalkers characters, so this would definitely help you in a lot of places, especially content where you need specific factions, like faction wars or cursed city nodes, things like this. But Razelvarg, let's just start off the top, right? So he has a 20% ally speed all battles aura. This is pretty good because most other characters, epics and some legendaries, are often capped at around, I think it's 18%, right? I just want to use Deacon Armstrong as, because that's someone who often, people kind of compare. 19, sorry, my bad. So it's only 1%, but hey, every little bit counts. So back to Razelvarg, like that's a really good in all battles aura. This is insane. Razelvarg's passive, built for speed, each increased speed buff placed by this champion increases this champion's speed by 5 up to 100. So over the course of a longer fight, whether it's a dungeon boss or whether it's a clan boss fight, he's basically going to get an additional 100 speed on top of whatever you have with his gear, right? I average for support characters, in a more end-game setting, I suppose, like I kind of average around 300 speed. So this would get me to like 400. Now, after a few months, you could probably reasonably get to about 200 speed. And again, this will still get you to about 300. This is insane. You're probably going to have way more speed, and you want to have more speed on this guy than anyone else. But he's also kind of a DPS champ. He is a DPS champion that just happens to have these buffs. So he has an AoE attack, keep up if you can, that places 30% increased speed and accuracy on all allies for 2 turns before attacking. So in a 4-man team, this would give you a 20 speed. In a 5-man team, this gives you 25, right? So this basically means that after 4 or 5 usages of this, which is mostly, I would say, going to happen in Clan Boss and Demon Lord, maybe Hydra, this kind of thing, where you would utilize the full 100 speed and get that many buffs in. But yeah, it does AoE damage based on attack and speed, which is the whole reason why he places this before attacking, because he gets the benefit of the increased speed buff, and that speed stat is going to inflict or help to inflict more damage AoE. So this is really cool. You can get this down to 3 turns on the cooldowns with books. So given how fast he's probably going to be, that means the rest of your team is most likely always going to have a speed up buff because of how fast Razelvarg is. Now his A2 is also an AoE, so he's got 2 AoE attacks, which is great, right? So for wave clearing and things like that, if you do enough damage, it's gonna help a lot. It also places a leash debuff up to 100% with books for 2 turns, and also down to a cooldown of 3. So these are going to be happening very frequently. Leech is a very nice debuff because it kind of helps you heal without actually needing to heal, if that makes sense, because the more damage that you do on the enemy, it's going to heal a portion of that back to yourself or your team or whatever. It also heals this champion by 10% of their max HP for each leech debuff placed by this skill. So this is really going to help heal him up by quite a bit pretty fast, especially if you're fighting bosses, right? So really nice. Leech is a great debuff as well. And his A1 is a 3-hitter, which is pretty good for things like Fire Knight. It might not work in like Fire Knight hard necessarily, but it will help a lot in the early and mid game and getting up to like Fire Knight 25 and things like that. Each hit will fill this champion's turn meter by 5%. And this is just in general nice, if you're fighting clan bosses or other things like that, because you're going to get 15% turn meter just off of that. So on top of his insane speed, he's going to be getting even more turn meter when your other skills are on cooldown and you're using your A1, meaning that everything just gets back around that much quicker. So yeah, very, very crazy character here. Does he have a... No, he doesn't have a skin. I thought he had a skin for some reason. So I call him the Easter Bunny. I actually don't know like when he was released. I'm assuming that he must have been some sort of Easter release, but someone can correct me in the comments down below. Now, as far as the in-game ratings for, I expect there to be a lot more coming. However, you can see that some of the top-end ratings is in Hydra, in Faction Wars, in Fire Knights, which we talked about relating to the A1 there. Demon Lord, because of just how fast he is getting these buffs up, especially Leech and speed up on your team is going to help a lot. Chimera, and just in general, some of the easier stuff, obviously, you're going to blow through with this character. So Razelvarg, brand new, even though he's an attack-based champion, and he's a DPS champion, he has a lot of utility, and that's, I think, what's going to really make him shine, right? I would say most pure DPS champions, attack champions, they often have debuffs, but very rarely do they come attached with all allies buffs. And I think that's where he is going to shine over other characters. I think this is an absolutely amazing time to start a brand new account because he just benefits so much. And the number one place when you're starting a new account, like where you want to progress in, is going to be that clan boss Demon Lord. I actually even need to pull my shard. Let's see what happens on the video here today, right? Like we get shards. This is the most important place for you to make sure you're progressing because Demon Lord is where you get all your shards. I got 2 ancients today. Hey, it's not too bad. Normally, sometimes if you're lucky, you get some sacred shards out of this. Maybe I'll get it out of here. Let's see what else happens. Chest number 2. I've been kind of busy lately, so I only managed to do, unfortunately, these top 2. But yeah, for a new player, like the amount of stuff that you're going to get at a start is just crazy. It's absolutely crazy what they're giving away these days in terms of new starts to new accounts. It's unfortunate that, that these characters are not being given to players that aren't new players, right? Because there's a lot of these promo codes, like the other one that I did not too long ago, of course, was Sissia Flametongue. Is that her name? God, I'm forgetting the names of all the characters already, but I did, yeah, Sissia Flametongue. Sikia, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. I call it Sissia Flametongue. So I did that not too long ago. I mean, this was a newer promo code as well. And then, of course, in that same faction, actually, we had Cheshire Cat, who was also released in December. So they've been really spitting out these promo codes. I thought Razelvarg would be more appropriate for around Easter time, but hey, maybe that's just me. Maybe he looks like the Easter Bunny, and maybe he didn't actually release an Easter. Someone can correct me in the comments down below. Let me know if you're planning on starting a brand new account or an alt account using this new promo code. And of course, if you want to do that, make sure you use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get started with Tholen Falbeard. Really amazing. Like, he is one of my top DPSs in my roster. I use him every single day. And on top of that, you're also going to get these 3 amazing epics to start your journey. We have Allure, we have Rector Drath, and we have Ruella. So combined with Razelvarg, you are going to absolutely crush it in Raid Shadow Legends. And I just want to make sure that you guys are aware, it's promo code, go fast. So that is the promo code for Razelvarg. If you want to start a brand new account, make sure you do that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.